Hi, I'm Arun. Today I'm talking about the effectiveness of educational games on mobile. About mobile games. Mobile learning games have increasingly been topic of educational research with the intention to realize their meaningful and ubiquitous capabilities of learning and teaching. In mobile there are more like gaming. It leads to so many ways to uh, increase our knowledge or anything. It helps a lot to in every different directions if we see that. And the main benefits of playing educational games, there are four types of positive: cognitive, motivational, emotional, and social. Cognitive is like the more frequencies, and you have the long problem solving. And motivational, you just like whenever you get down, you get motivated to get up on like in a game. So everything. Emotional is like social aware. Like emotional, it's just like when you're losing a game, you don't want to lose that game, so you want to come up. So in the same way, like when you mix up with educational, there's with game, someone will, if they lose some marks, or if they lose something, they will know that what they are losing. Social is more interact, like games are more interactable. Like if you play with in a whole bunch of groups, or in a multiplayer game, you interact with people and you discuss and you push others, or you push yourself to do a job. The next one is digital game-based learning. Educational games are nothing but the digital game-based learning. Gameplay has a cognitive benefit because of games have been shown to improve attention and focus and reaction time. Games have motivational benefit because they encourage an incremental rather than a theory of intelligence. Games have emotional benefit, as I said before, because they induce positive mood and states. In addition, there is speculative evidence that games may help kids develop adaptive emotion regulations. And games have social benefit because gamers are able to translate the pro-social skills that they learn from co-playing of multiplayer games. And thinking of cognitive, motivational, emotional, and social skills remind us that educators are not just responsible for transmission of content and facts. However, we are responsible for the non-quantifiable well-being for the students. Some of these skills are taken into account in some schools when Forbes talk about character education. Researchers and findings. Where the most convincing neurological research we have been finding video games contribute to neural plasticity, and because games provide a multitude of complex motor and cognitive demands. It's the main thing is cognitive demands. And in a case study, there are players in such as Super Mario Brothers. We know all those games. So at least 30 minutes a day for 2 months, there are some students who played the game, and they showed a significant gray matter increase in right it's a biological hippocampal formation, right dorsal prefrontal cortex, and bilateral cerebellum. They are the areas of the brain crucial for spatial navigation and strategic planning and working memory and motor performance. They have been improved a lot. Comparisons. In olden days, we know that they used to treat the games as like a waste of time. We know that games kill the time and the education divert the mind. It will be more like an addiction of the games. So most of games make kids hyper violent, stupid, and they feel that kids like feel that they want to do the same thing in reality, and they kill their time, and everyone are feared of that. But recently, researchers have begun to look at the positive impact of the games, both in general way for the learning in particular, because in kids, if we use the games in a perfect way, it will be more useful. We can improve everything. So one can more say that affect video games. One can say what the effects of food are. The same way, we can balance the games which have to play and which do not, and which how it will be useful, and we can just go through it. And there are millions of individual games, hundreds of distinct genres and subgenres, and they can be played on cell phones. The below images shows that the observation of puzzles, like this one game which improves the mind, and this is the math game. So they are the most common games for the education of our kids. And the conclusion. The studies summarized here identify that some of the ways that games are considered in a general way can be positive impact. And yeah, moreover, everyone has to encourage it and be beneficial. And parents have to make them learn, support them. Thank you for listening to that. And all this about the game, how effective they are. Thank you.